Hello! Welcome to this week's video. For this week, I'm going to be doing my book haul for the month of August. These are a bunch of books that I would like to show off to you guys, not necessarily that I got in August, but that I had on my to-be-shown shelf there. So this is a bunch of those books, so let's just get started right in with them. This is a Harlequin Presents, and it's by Jenny Lucas, and it's the baby, the billionaire demands. And I have a few Jenny Lucases on my to-be-read shelf there. So let's see that blurb here. Lola Price didn't dare tell Rodrigo Cabrera she was pregnant after he spurned her. But now that he's discovered her secret, he's determined his child will take his name. While their mutual desire in the marriage bed is undeniable, Rodrigo keeps himself at a distance. Yet fiery Lola won't be pushed away again. She'll show Rodrigo that their son and their relationship are worth fighting for. You know how much I love my Harlequin Presents. Next we have The Golden Sun by Shilpi Somaya Gowda. And there is an insert cover, but it's just pretty much a copy of the inside of the front cover with like different review quotes and that kind of stuff. Now, from the author of Secret Daughter. I enjoyed Secret Daughter, even though I absolutely hated the ending. But it was so beautifully written that I definitely wanted to give this author another try. So, here we go with the back blurb. Anil is the cherished son of a large rural family in rural India. Fiercely brave, Lena is his closest companion despite the inequalities of life and circumstances. Anil becomes the first person in his family to leave India, the first to attend college and become a doctor. Lena also leaves her beloved home. She joins her new husband in a distant village, but her arranged marriage shatters her romantic hopes, forcing her to make a desperate choice. Half a world away in Dallas, Texas, Anil is caught up in his new life as he tries to come to terms with his identity. But when Anil makes a tragic mistake at work, things begin to come apart and he decides to return home. Lena is home too, and the two old friends, though altered by their choices and experiences, find solace in each other once again. Oh, so is this like a friends to lovers? I kind of hope. Please, let this one have a happy ending. The next one is another Harlequin Presents, and it's Carol Marinelli's Expecting His Love Child. Sheen Braggers. Levander Kolovsky has a dark and dangerous past. He trusts only himself and doesn't want a wife or an heir to the Kolovsky name. Millie has returned to Australia to find Levander. They shared one unforgettable night together, and now she's come to tell her secret. She's expecting his baby. So, definitely looking forward to that one. Next we have Killer Secrets by Laura Lee, or Lay. And this seems like a romantic suspense, which I'm not usually up for, but as the illegitimate son of Diego Fuentes, Ian Richards faces danger at every turn. Neither his father nor his fellow Navy SEALs knows which side he's fighting for or against, which is exactly how the game must be played, until Agent Porter enters the picture. Kira Porter, undercover agent for the Department of Homeland Security, shadows Ian on his journey. She thinks she can see the real man beneath Ian's bad boy exterior, but the ever-elusive Ian keeps her guessing at every turn. Is his goal to protect the Fuentes cartel from French terrorists, or to do his father in for good? The only thing Kira does know is that her attraction to Ian is a time bomb waiting to explode. With time running out on the Fuentes mission, she and Ian are drawn ever closer ever close to the edge of desire and even closer into the line of fire. So, I think I've read Laura Lee before, and I think I've enjoyed her, so I think that's why I wanted to give this one a try. Because again, not so much into romantic suspense, but I give it a shot occasionally. Next is Sarah MacLean's Bombshell. And I've heard a lot about this book, and I've heard a lot of people that really like it. And it's historical romance, even though there is not a insert cover. After years of living, there is a back sort of clinchy cover. After years of living as London's brightest scandal, Lady Cecily Talbot has embraced the reputation and the freedom that come with the title. No one looks twice when she lures a gentleman into the dark gardens beyond a Mayfair ballroom, and no one realizes those trysts are not what they seem. No one, that is, but Caleb Calhoun, who has spent years trying not to notice his best friend's beautiful, brash, brilliant sister. Why do you do that to me, Sarah MacLean? Why? Why did you just do that to me? If you ask him, he's been a saint about it, considering the way she looks at him, and the way she talks to him, and the way she felt in his arms during their one ill-advised kiss. Except someone has to keep Cecily from tumbling into trouble during her dangerous late-night escapades, and maybe close proximity is exactly what Caleb needs to get this infuriating, outrageous woman out of his system. It's not gonna work. But now Caleb isn't the one in trouble, because Cecily isn't for forgetting. She's forever, and forever isn't something. Oh, the sticker's covering it. Isn't something. What isn't it something? He can risk. So, there's that one. Next is To Charm a Naughty Countess by Teresa Romaine. And I think I've heard of Teresa Romaine before. The name sounds familiar. Is there an insert cover? No. But it is a historical romance. Brilliant but rumored mad, Michael Layward, the impoverished Duke of Wyvern, has no success courting heiresses until widowed Lady Stratton takes up his cause after first refusing his suit. Caroline Graves, the popular Countess of Stratton, sits alone at the pinnacle of London society and has vowed never to remarry. When Michael, her counterpart in an old scandal, returns to town after a long absence, she finds herself as enthralled with him as ever. As she guides the anxiety-ridden Duke through the trials of London society, Caroline realizes that she's lost her heart. But if she gives herself to the only man she's ever loved, she'll lose the hard-won independence she prizes above all. So that's that one there. Oh, and we will also have another giveaway in this blog. Next, we have Magnolia Wednesdays by Wendy Wax, which is such an interesting name. I don't know if that's her real name or an author name, but yeah. At 41, Vivian Armstrong Gray has spent most of her life fighting to make it in investigative journalism, only to have everything crumble after a bullet lodges in her backside during an expose. As if the humiliation of being the butt of everyone's jokes isn't enough, Vivi learns that she's pregnant, jobless, and very hormonal. Maybe that explains why she actually says yes to a dreadful job covering suburban living back home in Georgia, a column she can only bear to write incognito. Leaving New York, she unwillingly heads south to experience the suburban soccer mom existence through her widowed sister's eyes. Surrounded by minivans and bake sales, she poses as an extra dance partner at her sister's ballroom dance studio to learn about the local life. But Vivi's stint throws her for a loop as friendships develop and a real relationship with her sister blossoms. As she digs up her long-buried roots and begins to secretly investigate her brother-in-law's death, she starts to wonder if life inside the picket fence is so bad after all. I'm gonna guess no, that she's going to end up loving it and staying there in the small town. Next we have one that I'm sure many of you have heard of. It's by Erica Johansson, and it's Queen of the Tearling. I have heard many, many good things about this book. And I'm not so much for the fantasy, for the young adult, new adult. She's 19, so new adult. I'm not so much for the fantasy, but this doesn't seem like this doesn't seem like a massive Game of Thrones or Gone with the Wind. Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. So I thought I would give it a shot, and that's the insert cover, which is so pretty. With the arrival of her 19th birthday, Princess Kelsey Raleigh Glynn is ascending to her rightful place as the new Queen of the Tearling. Surrounded by enemies, including an evil sorceress possessed of dark magic, the young ruler stands little chance of success. But Kelsey possesses fearsome weapons of her own, including the Tear Sapphire, a jewel of immense power and magic. As an epic war draws near, Kelsey's quest to save her kingdom and meet her destiny begins. A wondrous journey of self-discovery and a trial by fire that will make her a legend, if she can survive. So, looking forward to that one. I think it's just hearing people talk about it made me want to read it. So, we shall see. Because again, not so much for the fantasy, but that one, people got me interested in it. Next is Annie Clark's Girls on the Home Front. And I believe it's set during World War II. As war sweeps across Britain and millions of men enlist to serve their country, it's up to the women to fight the battle on the home front. Fran always thought she would marry her childhood sweetheart and lead a simple life in Massingham, the beloved pit village she has always called home. But with war taking so many men to the front line, the opening of a new factory in the northeast of England presents an opportunity for Fran to forge a new path. Against her father's wishes and with best friends Sarah and Beth by her side, Fran signs up to join the ranks of women at the factory. It's dangerous work, but as the three friends risk everything, they will discover that their lives are only just beginning. Looking forward to that one. Next we have another Laura Lee, and I believe that this is probably an erotic romance and not a romantic suspense, because usually with like the symbol, there was that whole genre with the symbol on the cover, as opposed to like people very like Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Grey, that whole trend. So, John Vincent has always led a life of danger, and now he has every reason to want to remain as dead as the obituary in the Australian papers had proclaimed him to be. He'd left nothing behind in the life he'd once led, except for one woman and one night of unforgettable passion. Now both will return to haunt him. Bailey? Sorry, I got Scott Wolf just popped in my head, and that's not who I want to see. Although he's hot, that's not who I expected to see in this book. Bailey Serborn is still tormented by a past she can't change and a man she hasn't been able to forget. A man who was supposed to be dead, but now a stroke of fate has revealed that sometimes a woman is given a second chance to heal her heart and exact the sweetest revenge. So, it's a second chance romance. Does not seem like a romantic suspense, but I'm thinking maybe it might have some light romantic suspense elements in it, because of the whole he was supposed to be dead kind of deal. Next, we have another Kate Morton, and it's called The Secret Keeper. Now, I have a friend of mine, Becky's Book Reviews, check her out, who just read one of my favorite, the first Kate Morton book that I read, and she just read it, and it was The Forgotten Garden, and I just saw her blog for that, and she was talking about the first Kate Morton that she'd read, and that was The Secret Keeper, which I got and have not read yet, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Is there there's a little bit of an insert kind of cover. What does that look like? That looks like That looks like an attic. Yeah, that looks like an attic. There's the ladder and the opening in the floor. So, let's see. During a picnic at her family's farm in the English countryside, 16-year-old Laurel Nicholson witnesses a shocking crime. A crime that challenges everything she knows about her adored mother Dorothy. Now 50 years later, Laurel and her sisters are meeting at the farm to celebrate Dorothy's 90th birthday. Realizing that this is her last chance to discover the truth about that long-ago day, Laurel searches for answers that can only be found in Dorothy's past. Clue by clue, she traces the secret history of three strangers from vastly different worlds thrown together in war-torn London. Dorothy, Vivian, and Jimmy, whose lives are forever after entwined. A gripping story of deception and passion. The Secret Keeper will keep you enthralled to the last page. So, definitely cannot wait to read this one, because I see doing these like book haul. I have so many books there. I don't even know what I have. So I am very much looking forward to and excited about the fact that I have this book. Hopefully I will enjoy the ending to this one in a way that I didn't, even though I love the book, I love The Forgotten Garden, I did not like the ending. The ending hurt me, and not like in a good way. It like disappointed me. Next we have Martha Hall Kelly's Lost Roses, and she's the best-selling author of Lilac Girls, which I believe I also have on my to-be-shown shelf, and that's Lost Roses. Let's read the back here again. Oh, this is World War I. Talking a lot makes me want to yawn. I don't know why. It is 1914, and the world has been on the brink of war so often, many New Yorkers treat the subject with only passing interest. Eliza Faraday is thrilled to be traveling to St. Petersburg on the trip of a lifetime with her close confidant, Sophia Streshneva, a cousin of the Romanovs, to see the splendors of Russia. The church, with the interior covered in jeweled mosaics, the Rembrandts, and at the Tsar's Winter Palace, the famous ballet. But when Austria declares war on Serbia and Russian imperial dynasty begins to fall, Eliza escapes back to America, while Sophia and her family flee to their country estate. In need of domestic help, they hire the local fortune teller's daughter, Varinka, unknowingly bringing intense danger into their household. On the other side of the Atlantic, Eliza is doing her part to help the white Russian families find safety as they escape the revolution. But when Sophia's letters suddenly stop coming, she fears the worst for her best friend. From the turbulent streets of St. Petersburg and aristocratic countryside estates to the avenues of Paris, where a society of fallen Russian emigres lived to the mansions of Long Island, the lives of Eliza, Sophia, and Varinka will intersect in profound ways. Is that going to stay? Looks like it's almost going to fall over. But the last one we have is Elise Larson's For Such a Time, and it's Women's of Valor 1. With first book in a series, but is it like a standalone that like each book follows a different woman, or is it a connecting, overarching series? Giselle Meunier and Jean Thornton are more like sisters than cousins. Having spent many summers together while Giselle's French father taught at an American university, but with the outbreak of World War II, both women's lives take a dramatic turn. Jean joins the American Red Cross and is assigned to a sprawling military hospital in Wales, but Giselle, active in the French resistance, has been betrayed and arrested by the Nazis. Though underground compatriots are able to rescue and hide her, Giselle remains in grave danger because she knows the identity of other resistance leaders. Jean is determined to try smuggling Giselle to freedom, no matter how ill-advised the idea seems. The Allies prepare to invade Europe while she makes intricate plans for a parachute jump into occupied France. But for such a plan to succeed, both women will need to summon strength and courage far beyond their own resources. So, looking forward to that. Published by Bethany House, which I think kind of make me look at this in a different way, because I'm sure like it's going to be like fine, but I know Bethany House, I think, usually does sort of like faith-based fiction, like with like religious elements, I believe, unless I'm confusing them with somebody else. But I'm sure it'll be fine because the plot sounds really, really good. Now, for the giveaway. For this month, I am giving away a copy of Celeste Bradley's When She Said I Do. And it is a historical romance. There is the beautiful insert cover. And let's read the backword for you. I don't know why. Talking a lot makes me yawn. Caught in a rainstorm, Miss Calliope Worthington takes shelter in a seemingly abandoned mansion. But when she finds a string of pearls in a dusty chest, she's caught red-handed by the house's reclusive owner, Mr. Wren Porter, fiery demon of a man who demands that Callie pay for the necklace with her innocence. When he first lays eyes on the beautiful trespasser, Wren mistakes her for an angel, but when he realizes Callie is a thief, he strikes a bargain she cannot refuse. She must take his hand in marriage and pay him back in full, one night of passion for each stolen pearl. But when Callie surrenders to his desires, night after wicked night, he awakens something deep inside of her, something powerful and passionate. Like a fairy tale come true, the monster she married has become the man she loves. When she said, I do. So, if you would like to be entered to win, all you have to do is leave me a comment on this video that you would like to be entered, and depending on how many entries I get, or you can send me a private message. Yeah, I think I will leave. Should I leave? I think I will leave my email in the description. If you'd like to send me a private message that you would like to be entered for the giveaway, or no, just leave me a comment. Just leave me a comment, because we need to get like if there's like more interaction on the video, then the YouTube algorithm will make it easier for other people to find. So, just leave me a comment that you would like to be entered to for the draw for the video, and I will choose, depending on how many entries we get, I will choose a winner for the next book haul. Now, I will say, if you have won a book haul giveaway in the last, let's say 3 months, if you've won in the last 3 months, then just like, yeah, I will be picking somebody else who has not won yet. So there's that. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the giveaway. That's going to be it for this week's video. Let me know if you've read any of these books or what you thought of them. Yeah, that's going to be it. So follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/ I'm not tired, it's just if I talk a lot, I end up yawning. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!